Stop the cap.
What you're calling out is just a societal trend, right? We've become a society of gamblers. If you think about, we have zero-day options. Now we're more than 50% of options trading. We have sports betting, right? We have meme coins trading like 1980s boiler room, penny stocks. This is all happening. And so, again, why is that occurring? The dollar has lost 25% of its purchasing power in 4 years. We have $1.1 trillion of credit card debt. We have 43 million Americans that have federal student debt. The average balance is $37,000. People have lost hope. They do not have hope. How are you supposed to live in a country where it is cheaper to rent than buy a home in 50 major metros? You don't have hope. And so what do?
You think this is a lottery ticket? This is a gamble?
I think that if you go and you buy a lottery ticket, it's 300 million to 1 odds. I think there's people right now saying, you know what, a meme coin has better odds than a lottery ticket. I think there's a lot of people who say Bitcoin
pick your
is
asset. If you want to pick your asset.
Now you see something. Now you see now. You done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
See what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
No, you done fucked up, don't you? You know it, don't you? No, you done fucked up.
This is the day we've been waiting for. Years of training. Years of sacrifice. This is for the jobs you streamlined, the debts you collected. This is for the homes you foreclosed on, the bailouts you took. We are the true patriots. It's time for a new balance of power. You may not answer to the government, but you will answer to us. Get him up.
Oh, no, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
I would much rather record this instead of driving and trying to record this because I think the sound is better. But I got to be on the move. So you're just going to have to deal with some of the road noise. But I called it, didn't I? I called it. I said that these white elites were going to fuck around and find out. I said it. You know, I mean, I don't know what else more to say about it. You know, I was watching a video of Chris Cuomo, right? You already know he's in those elite circles. That assassin, let's call it what it is, that assassin that smoked Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Health, right? It's got not just New York, the New Yorkers, the elite New Yorkers nervous. He's pretty much got the whole country of rich and wealthy elites nervous. And you know, white wealthy elites always have a real fucked up worldview. You know, they're levitating above everybody else from the ivory tower and whatnot. And I'm like, anybody can get touched. Anybody can get touched. And a lot of the white elites, you know, y'all got Google and LinkedIn, and you know, people can, you know, you got these high profile, highfalutin positions. People know where you work. People know where you live. People know where you at. Like, you know, like y'all are not insulated like that. Now they're going to shift around. You know what I mean? You're going to see a lot more blacked out Suburbans and blacked out Tahoes. You're going to see caravans of Tahoes and shit like that. You know, security companies are going to make a guap. But I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? You're turning America into basically Latin America, because that's how Latin America is. You're about to turn this bitch into Sicario. That's what it's going to look like in this motherfucker. And again, like somebody wrote it in my comment section, because they said they got a wife and she down there in Latin America somewhere, and he went to visit the family, and he went to a jewelry store and bought us some jewelry, and then he was looking at the shit out in the open, and the family was like, yo, what you doing? You can't just sit there and take the jewelry and hold it up to the light and shit. Like, you can't do that around here. You know what I mean? As we've seen with active self-protection, them moto bicicleta, guys will come rolling up on your ass. Two guys on a scooter, gay as fuck, right? Anytime you see two guys on a scooter, you know what time it is, right? Now that I've seen a bunch of active self-protection videos. But see, it blows my mind. It's like, yeah, in other words, you're going to be uncomfortable now. You're going to be uncomfortable now. You're not going to be able to just go out and and just have a blank mind, and just operate in bliss. Now you got to worry about if you a prominent individual and you got a business or corporation with some shady ass practices screwing people over. Now you got to worry. Because that dude, everything. The meetings are public. They're online whenever they're having a meeting and shit like that. All type of stuff. I'm like, I don't know why people get so comfortable thinking it's okay to fuck over, not just one person, but just whole swaths of the population. I don't understand that. I do not understand that. Why people get real comfortable. It goes back to something that Captain Solo always points out, like when we're talking about the gender war and the gender dynamics and stuff, he always says there's no moral courts. And this is something that even James Sexton pointed out with, basically men's responsibilities to women, they're reinforced by law. You know what I mean? Like if you got to take care, you got to pay alimony, you got to pay child support, you got to, take care of your fiscal responsibilities and all that. But when it comes to women, there's nothing in there that says she has to fuck you. She has to cook meals for you. She has to even like you or treat you nice. There's nothing in there that actually says that. And that's kind of the game that I feel like the elites play with what their social responsibility is to the populace. They act like they have none. It's a very one-sided relationship. And they use things like religion, and they use things like, my hard work, my bootstraps, and personal responsibility, and if you want to get and be there one day like me, but see, the thing is they've actually killed a lot of that hope. It's like what President Snow said in Hunger Games when he was like, a little hope is effective, a lot of hope is dangerous. You know what's more dangerous than a lot of hope? Hopelessness. That's what's even more dangerous. When somebody doesn't have anything to lose. See, like I said about black people in America, I'm like, whenever white people get to bitching about black crime and inner city crime and everything else like that guy said in that documentary about redlining, he was like, we had an opportunity to fix this shit, the racial dynamics and whatnot, after World War II, and he, as he said, we flubbed it. Okay? We flubbed it. We basically continued white supremacy. We kept black people out of, the aspects of home equity and being able to purchase and buy and basically really integrate the society. We dropped the ball. And so when it comes to, the pathology of inner city black crime and the culture that it currently is the black community, I look at white people. Anytime white people complain, I just say, I'm like, nah, y'all got the black people y'all deserve. And as I've said numerous times, I'm like, keep fucking around, you about to have the white people that you deserve. This is why it's silly when I see black women up there talking about, oh, we're the moral compass and we're the spirit tip of shit and we're saving America and we're saving. Bitch, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't out here ready to go to war. None of that shit. No. Let the white elites continue to fuck over the white working class. See, white people have something that black people don't have, which is a superiority complex. And what's the other thing that they got? And massive amounts of entitlement, because they're white Americans. They're white Americans. And see, the thing is the problem that I have with black people being in the way with all that, we're saving democracy bullshit, is, and I said this before, with why I love the fact that I'm like, yup, they got the House, they got the presidency, they got the judicial branch, they got both, they got the Senate, right? They got all this shit, okay? And if the Republicans do not deliver to some degree, what white people expect, as the economy has been taking a nosedive and all the games that employers have been playing and Tim Gurner and all that type of energy, you know what I'm saying? Like the Tim Gurner energy, when he went up there, the guy from Australia, talking about we need more pain in the economy. Yeah, that type of energy will have people running up on you with the blicky. You see? And so my attitude is no. Black people don't need to do nothing. No. Let white people's greed, let the white elites' greed cannibalize their own society. Right? Black people, we've been by the furnace, we've been by the fire, feet been by the fire. We're used to the heat. It's like when you go to the gym and LA Fitness and the guys is in there in the sauna. When you first walk in, that shit is unbearable. But see, black people, we've been in there and whatnot. We sitting there with the cup, pouring the water, on the hot stove and shit like that, making more steam. You know what I'm saying? White people, they not used to that shit. So you're gonna see a lot more white people going ballistic. I mean, hell, white people go ballistic on mild shit. White people go ballistic on black people all the time, right? Oh, black people are enemy. See, the problem is the poor whites, they think that they got this it could work type of attitude when it comes to the white elites. They think that what the white elites are doing is like some inspirational position that they aspire, to get to, right? And they're like, well, I'm white, so it's a real possibility. That's what they think. I'm white, it's a real possibility, and one day I'm going to be there. I just got to have some due diligence, hard work, personal responsibility, some grit, pull up my bootstraps, and I will be there one day. Okay? They buy into that shit. Well, the younger generations, millennials and zillennials, they know that that's bullshit. They know that that's bullshit, because if you really look at who's the crash outs, it's millennials and zillennials. That's who the crash outs are, right? Because as I've said, this is the first time in history where white men are unable to get their lives started. Young white men are unable to sell white women stability, okay? And they're not used to that shit. So get ready to see a whole bunch more crashing the fuck out. They're not used to that shit. So like I said, 1960, first-time home buyers, 24 years old. 2024, first-time home buyers, average age of first-time home buyers is 38 years old. You done fucked up society. You done fucked it up. Boomers. You fucked it up. Then you running around crying, oh, well, we had no grandkids. We need more white babies. Oh, how come we don't have any grandkids? Like I said, I had to reevaluate white supremacy, because it's not white supremacy, it's class supremacy. And it's always been that way. As I've said before, in Europe, it was kings, queens, nobles, and peasants. Kings, queens, nobles, and peasants. The default culture of white society is feudalism. It's feudalism. And the sooner white people, your average working class white person, recognizes that, the faster you can actually have some goddamn change. But instead, you believe in maintaining the hierarchy of white supremacy, which only benefits the white people at the very, very top. You see, there's marginal benefits to it to the people in the middle, but overall, it benefits the people at the top. Because while they got you focused on, them niggas over there, they're cleaning your fucking clock. As I said before, when it came to the financial crisis of 2009, black people ain't had nothing to do with that. right? When it came to, the insurance policies, when it comes to you can't afford a house, black people don't have anything to do with what you can do. This is the first time, in a very long time that the group that was targeted were actually the people that, technically speaking, should be the targets. Right? Hold on, let me make my disclaimer. Not that I condone any action of violence, YouTube. Right? But I'm saying, right? This is the first time. This is why Chris Cuomo up there, he's sounding all nervous and shit. This is why he talking the shit that he's talking. Because this is the first time, because usually what ends up happening is, white elites screw over poor whites, and then poor whites are like, I know what the problem is. It's all these goddamn blacks breathing up all the white man's air. It's like, wait, what, huh? We not even in the room. Motherfucker, we over here struggling just like you. The fuck? You know what I mean? This is the first time where the target was actually the source of the problem. Oh, they done lost the narrative. And get ready, black folks, because again, what the white elites are going to do, they're going to try to go out here and try to, mental gymnastic their way out of this. And oh no, see, the real problem was, there's actually a secret organization in Uganda that controls the insurance companies, and that's why, they're going to try to deflect like a motherfucker. If they're not going to try to blame the Jews, they're going to try to blame any other group that they can fucking blame. You know what I mean? But personally, I think the cat's out the bag. I think the cat's out the bag when it comes to this shit. So they know now. They know who the problem is now. It's these goddamn elite whites. That's who the fucking problem is. Oh, that's why. And not only that, it's the fact that the populace, the major sentiment is really, well, he fucked around and found out. There's no sympathy. I'm watching all of these white elites. They're scrambling. They're like, well, what about Christianity? Christmas is almost upon us. What about Christ? What about Christianity? This was just wrong. You agree that it was wrong, right? It was wrong. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Because again, when people can't, pay their rent, can't put food on the table, can't purchase a house, can't get their lifestyle, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't have shit to lose. You know what I mean? All they want is some goddamn change, and they don't care how they get there. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying before, this is why I like black people. I'm like, sit your black ass the fuck down. And I gotta specifically talk to black women, because y'all stupid, silly bitches be out there marching, and then shut the fuck up and sit down. Because all they gonna do is try to point the finger at y'all and be like, see, it's them black women kicking everything up and instigating all this other. No, shut the fuck up. Sit your black ass down. Let the white people deal with their own internalized shit. Because that's what it needs to be. It's like, no. Y'all fucked around and found out. Because white people have massive amounts of, again, superiority complex and entitlement. You can't reduce things down to nothing for them. They ain't gonna tolerate it. Black people sit around, we like, oh, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Well, massa won't let us inside, so I guess we just gonna stay outside then. Like, that's black people, okay? There's a lot of us that are like that. Very, 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 very quick to quit and all that other shit. Oh, well, he said no. You tell that shit to white people, especially young white men. Oh, you done fucked up. You done fucked up. It's about to be Blair Mountain in this bitch. You done fucked up. You see? And the last thing they want is they don't want a Bacon's Rebellion. Be don't want the black poors and the white poors to come together and form Voltron. Oh no, that would be just too much. They're gonna be running around. No, we gotta make sure that doesn't happen. No, show more black men with white women on television. Show a white man getting dissed by a black man who stole his white woman. We gotta make sure that they don't come together and form Voltron. We got to make sure that that doesn't happen. Because we done already got white dudes. Where's this goddamn gun control? We got to get rid of this goddamn Second Amendment. Oh, yeah, that's why they want to get rid of the Second Amendment. It's New York City, goddammit. Where did he get a silencer to begin with? Where did he even get one? He's not supposed to have a gun. You see? See, they want to have it to where they could just walk about, la 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 la, ain't shit gonna happen, just walking around lacking like a motherfucker. I'm rich. Huh, ain't nobody gonna touch me. Huh, I'm rich. Yeah, okay, motherfucker. Okay. Nah. I personally, I'm highly entertained by all this shit. I'm highly entertained by this shit. Because I said it. Nigga Damas said it. I predicted it years ago. I'm like, this is the direction it's going. I'm like, okay. I'm like, keep squeezing them. Keep squeezing every ounce of life force out of them. Squeeze every ounce of reward, every ounce of dignity, every ounce of respect. Just keep squeezing, motherfuckers. Keep squeezing them until you break it. Because that's what white supremacy does. It breaks its own tools, as Professor Black Truth loves to say. But no, the greed is over the top. It's over the top. When you look at what Americans could afford in the 1950s in a post-World War II economy, which, yes, had a great deal to do with the fact that there wasn't a whole bunch of competition. What we're going through right now is basically what the American auto industry went through in the 1980s when Japanese cars came into the country. This is one of the reasons why the United States won't allow for BYD and many of the other Chinese electric car companies. Oh shit, yeah. Yes, I would like a fucking electric freaking Escalade or Range Rover size vehicle for $20,000. Yes, please, may I have some more? You see? But again, what do you do in a world where there's no new markets? What do you do in a world that has the markets have taken the money from the workers and funneled it into private equity? And it's just a whole bunch of gambling now. It's a whole bunch of just, quick get rich quick schemes. No fucking stability. I mean, I don't understand the whole concept of undermining your society like that. Like everything that white people claim that they stand for. Oh, you black people with your ooga booga and y'all just fucked up, right? Completely ignoring. Like we've been saying this. You're not going to have any sort of stability in any community. I don't care what your favorite color is, if you don't have men who are gainfully employed. And I emphasize men because we all know the hypergamous nature of women. Okay? You're not going to have any stability, long-term stability. You're not going to have a cultural cohesion when you don't have men who are gainfully employed and you have too many pores. We've said that. The white community is going to transmutate into the black community. The longer white people exist in prolonged exposure to poverty, those will be generations that you completely lose. Those are generations that don't know about daddy coming home and being gainfully employed and playing with the kids until they go to bed, and reading them bedtime stories. They don't know about that type of stability. So they're not going to be of sound mind. They're not going to be, people who are, what's the word that I'm looking for? They're not going to be people who are going to be generous. They're going to be, in survival mode. They're going to be focused on their own survival first. And it's going to equate to an ugly society. I don't care how much white Jesus you want to sprinkle on it. Okay? I've already said Jesus Christ and the church and any other religious entity, it does not work if men are not gainfully employed, which goes to show you just how much bullshit it is. It does not work. It does not work. It does not work. It does not work. Okay? Money is the medium of exchange, and money allows you to do things. It doesn't matter how much you hold, how tight you hold that Bible if you can't make moves. You can't make moves. You can't date. You can't buy your first apartment. You can't raise a family. You can't buy your first house, right? You don't have anything to look forward to. So you don't give a fuck about crashing out. You don't give a fuck about going to jail and maximum security. You don't care. Pay attention to the rich people in the next, like, you know, even pass through the election, next 6 months, because they're freaking out right now. They're freaking out right now because anybody can go and, you know, somebody they don't like, go on Google, you know, search, oh, who's the CEO of this, who's the CEO of that. They're freaking out right now because they've never had to really worry about this type of dynamic of somebody just running on them. I mean, think about it. Think about like walking somewhere, and everywhere you walk is a potential threat of somebody who wants to take you out. You know what I'm saying? And you up there smiling on billboards, you up there smiling, you know, on the website and all this other shit. Motherfuckers know what your face look like and shit like that, and they don't like you. They don't like you. You see? See, y'all done fucked. See, I tried to warn it. I tried to warn these white elites. I said it. I'm like, okay, you're in a country with the Second Amendment. That bitch ain't going nowhere. And if you try to make it go somewhere, you're going to see more crash outs. You see? You're very small population. You're very small population. You're smaller, technically speaking, relative to the rest of the population than you've ever been. I know that the wealthy people have grown, but I'm saying you're a smaller population because there's more poors out here now. So now you gotta pack a Mac in the back of the act. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta roll out there and have the security and shit. You know what I mean? Now you gotta hire a bunch of big black scary dudes that you didn't want to hire any other goddamn time. Now you need some big black scary dudes. You know, the bald fat nigga. You know what I mean? Now you need a bunch of them to walk around and shit and be pushing motherfuckers out the way and shit. Make sure they can't get to you. You know, I'm like, this is the world that you created. We've been blowing the whistle for a very long time that this is what's going to happen, and y'all just out here thinking shit is sweet. I mean, literally thinking shit is sweet. I'm like, oh, okay. And we all know how this goes, right? Whenever there's a shooter, a high-profile shooter, what happens next? There's usually a bunch of copycat killers out here. That always happens. There's always a bunch of copycats that jump up. You know what I mean? They sitting in their mom's basement right now with a map with your face on it, with a bunch of strings with pins on it, all and shit. You know, they doing that shit. They doing that shit right now. You know, I'm like, you stupid fucks. Told you. I'm like, I personally, I don't understand it. Like you're already rich as fuck. You already got like a whole bunch of shit, anything that you could ever want, right? And it's like these people will still sit there and be like, no, I need more money. No, I must satisfy the shareholders. Fire 1,500 more people. Destroy 1,500 more lives. I mean, you don't even make it an effort to try to sit there and be like, well, hold on, wait a minute now. I mean, you're not even trying to preserve white supremacy. You know what I mean? Like, hold on now. We have, these are men with families. You know, like, you ever watch the David Hoffman clip of the New York, it was the NYC union negotiations. You know what I mean? And a guy talking about truck drivers, and he was like, men with families. Men with families. Why did he bring that point up? Why was that important? Why was that supposed to be used to sway, you know, the corporation that didn't want to pay anybody? I mean, it's just crazy. Again, going back to that video of the regional airlines on YouTube, where the guys, they don't want to pay anybody. They don't want to pay the pilots. They don't want to pay the flight attendants. They don't want to pay the damn mechanics. They don't want to pay the ground crew. They don't want to pay anybody. That's the whole goddamn airport. They don't want to pay anybody. It's all about numbers and bean counting and bottom lines. Okay, well, don't be surprised if you, as a result, increase the number of crash outs.
Neurotypical normies want families, you know what I mean? And like, you're in New York and you have artists that are like delaying it, and as men we're like, okay man, we can wait until we're like 45 and stuff like that. But I'm in my lower 30s, approaching my mid 30s, and this is the time where you get asked. And yeah man, like when you read these articles, like The average home price in 2019 was $290,000. Now it is $450,000 in a 4-year span.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? And like people don't understand the downstream consequences of that. And then when you stop having kids, you have less investment in like what actually happens to this country.
Yeah.
So I feel like it radicalizes politics on both sides. Like leftists want revolution in one way, and people on the right want like Trump to be a god king. It's gonna like radicalize both directions, because if you can't have that like white picket fence mentality that the dream we've been sold, then what's left?
Bro, it is work this, work that, wake up, go to work, come home, eat supper, go to bed, go to work in the next morning. I mean, dude, I got 2 kids. I got 2 kids that I get to see for like maybe 2 hours a day, and they have to stay up late just so I can spend time with them, you know? And then I got a wife that I get to see for maybe 3 hours a day, you know? But you know, other than that, it's go to work, spend time at work. I just tried to go to the gym, okay, because I had a rain delay at work, and then my boss texted me after like 15 minutes of being in the gym, being, oh yeah, come in 30 minutes earlier. We're actually going to start at this time. Like, dude, like that basically just wasted all of my time. Drank a 1,600 calorie protein shake. That's going straight to the fucking gut now, dude. Like, I just want to get fit, dude. I want to spend time with my family. I want to have a good job. I want to make a lot of money. Hell, I got a business that I created that I don't even have time to run because I'm so busy trying to pay bills. When I got goals in my life, dude. I got a family that I want to support. I got a family that I want to spend time with. I want to get fit. Yo, fuck you, dude. Fuck all of y'all. The politicians, fuck Joe Biden, fuck all you liberals, fuck you Democrats, and fuck every fucking one of you. I'm sick of this. How can you live like this, man? How can you even get to where you want to be in life because of all this shit?
Don't be surprised. Nobody's saying don't be rich, don't be successful. What people are saying is don't squeeze the fucking working class and grind them in the dust. But hey, what do I know? You know, what does this nigger know? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, okay. When another masked white boy looking like Anonymous runs up on your ass with the blicky, don't say nothing. You know, I've said it. I put it out there. I was like, hey, y'all need to start paying attention to what's going on online. Y'all need to start paying attention, you know, to these angry sentiments. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you end up being delusional like them people when it came to 9/11. White people when it came to 9/11. All this meddling in the Middle East, you know, interfering with foreign governments and shit like that. And then you get a bunch of Muslims hop on a plane screaming Allahu Akbar, slamming into your buildings, and your response is, oh, they hate us because who we are. They hate us because of our freedom. They hate us because we're Americans. What? How about you know, hundreds of years of U.S. foreign policy, like how you did Mossadegh and replaced him with the Shah of Iran? How about shit like that? You know, like, it's like, again, they play games. And I mean, this whole dialogue from Chris Cuomo, I mean, the elites put him up to it. Because just think about the fact that of how much these voices in mainstream media, not the alternative media, not what you see on YouTube, but mainstream media, how they're basically, they got the capes out. Oh, this is just so wrong, and oh, this just goes against the rule of law, and this is just so terrible, and we must do something, and blah, you know. They're trying to pull on the white heartstrings of hard work. And this was a hard-working man who just dedicated himself to hard work and discipline. And white people, you should recognize that. I mean, this is your thing, right? You're not like those blacks. I mean, this hard work and personal responsibility, right? And the white people are like, nah, nigga. The white people over there looking at this shit like what were they? Were they the Bloods or the Crips in Training Day when Denzel Washington gave his little King Kong speech, and he expected them to fuck up the white dude, and they was like, nah, homie, nah, you got this yourself. Nah. We ain't on your team no more. Nah. I'll have you in Pelican Bay. You know, he going off. Yeah, that's the white elites right now.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
You know what I mean? The white elites, they want the poor whites to be like, why are you looking at us? Well, look at them niggas over there. Look, last night on the 6 o'clock news, look, he locked over a convenience store. Look, that's who you need to focus on. Don't focus on us. Don't focus on the Fortune 500 companies. Don't focus on the banks. No, don't focus on us. It's them niggas over there. It's the Mexicans at the border. Focus on them. You shooting at the wrong folks. They up there foaming at the mouth like Denzel Washington in Training Day. Okay? You know, and then what's going to happen, see, right now they scared. But you know what happens? What happens after being scared? Right? What was fucking Yoda's line? Right? Hold on. Let me not fuck it up. Yeah. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Right? Right? So the next thing that you're going to see from the white elites is you're going to see anger. You're going to see all type of anger. You're going to see somebody fuck up like Tim Gurner and open his mouth and go up there foaming at the mouth talking about, and these poor whites, they just mad because they ain't got it like us. You're going to see that. Somebody's going to crash out. Somebody's going to fuck up and tell you how they really feel. Okay? As long as white people keep up we don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with you. As long as because they are big mad at the fact that they don't have the cultural the cultural wave, so to speak, is not on their side. It's not on their side. I mean the comments are overwhelmingly, this dude Brian Thompson got what he deserved. That's what the comments are. That's where the energy is. So they, right now, the white elites, right, the people who would be the nobles in Europe, okay, if it was, the feudal times, okay, they have lost the narrative. And I'm saying pay special attention because they're going to go out of their way to try to reclaim that narrative. And whoever they got to throw underneath the bus to make that happen, they're going to do that. They're going to throw them underneath the bus. They might make a very small concession to try to make it go away if that doesn't work. They might have somebody pass a bill and be like, okay, fine. You know what I mean? But they're going to try to keep everything else in place. Because what they don't want is a major overhaul of the system. That's what they don't want. And something like a major overhaul would be something like universal health care. Something like that. That's a major overhaul. So, again, watch for the black Tahoes, the caravan of black Tahoes, because you're going to see a whole bunch more of those. Anyway, that's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
You hear that? If you work really hard for Shekel McGoystein at some large company that hates you, if you work for a company that promotes Me Too, if you work at a company that promotes BLM, if you work for a company that decks the halls with rainbow flags every June, you're gonna be part of a community. It's something bigger than yourself. The only thing bigger than yourself working for one of these major corporations is the boomer's retirement check. It's their 401k. I don't give a fuck about your 401k, bro. I don't give a fuck about your profit margins. Why would I give a fuck about a company's profits when at the drop of the hat, they can just fire me, blackball me, cancel me, what have you? Nah. Go ask Enrique. Go ask Jesus. Open up the borders. Get your slaves from down south. I'm not interested. And those slaves from down south, they'll work hard, they'll scratch by a living, and they'll have children in the USA. You know what those children are going to think? They're going to think the same thing American men think today. Why the fuck would I do this? Why the fuck would I do this?
John Deloney would tell you your mental health goes up because your dignity, your autonomy,
that's it.
Your ability to control your environment goes up. There is such a mental illness tie-in.
No question.
Caused by not working.
That's right.
Literally. So this idea that you have not put gravel in the stomach of your kids, they have no grit, means as a parent you suck. And so you mommies need to throw your 25-year-old out of your basement yesterday and put him on the street and teach him to work.
No, man titty Ramsey. You don't want that. See, when young men are enticed by the comfort of pornography and video games, do you know what they're not? They're not violent. If every young man was thrown out on the streets tonight and told to mow work and mow bootstraps, there would be heads on pikes in the Capitol at the end of the week. The last thing you want is to make young men with nothing to lose, with no potential at owning land, with no potential at having families, struggle. You know what they're going to do? You know what these young men are going to do? Man, we need a place to sleep tonight. Hey, you see that mansion over there? I think a Boomer McBoomer, Ramsey over here, Dave Ramsey. I think that's one of his 3 vacation homes. Nah, that's our vacation home. Let's fucking take it. It's just like all these young men with no reason to lose and no families of their own. Let's put them in a position where they either have to be a slave or invoke violence. Boomer, what the? This is typical boomer mentality. They can't comprehend people breaking the law. They can't comprehend not sending money to Israel. They can't comprehend a revolution. I would never have a revolution. I got 4 vacation homes. I got 3 muscle cars. I got a 401k and Social Security. I would never go in a revolution. Why would a young man go in a revolution? It won't happen. We just got to tell them my bootstraps. I'm telling you this for your own health and safety, Boomer. Do not put young men in that position. It's not going to end well.
Adios.